मेगाहर्ट्ज़ पर अभी आप सुन रहे थे प्रोग्राम थीम ट्रैक.
News Services Division of Akashvani presents Northeast Diary.
Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary as we explore the northeastern part of India to know about it in each episode. Let me tell you about the excitement in today's episode. Today we bring a musical feature entitled Echoes of Nagaland, written and produced by K. Rutsa. And in our segment, Enchanting Folktales of Northeast India, we delve into the captivating world of Northeastern folklore, unearthing tales that have been passed down through generations, revealing the magic and wonder of Northeast India's storytelling tradition. Enchanting Folktales of Northeast India. Today we invite you to immerse yourself in a captivating Taj Khamti folktale entitled Langdon's Legacy, narrated by senior broadcaster Manoj Mainkar.
In the beginning of time, when all was water, Pra created a fish. He placed some earth on the fish's back and willed it to lay an egg. Dividing the egg into two equal halves, Pra buried one half into the earth and suspended the other half above to form the sky. From the barren earth sprouted the first tree, from which all forms of life originated. The tree produced one solitary bud, which bloomed into a flower of many hues. From this flower emerged a man and a woman, the first humans to ever set foot upon the earth. That, according to the Khamtis, is how the universe came into being. The earth now was in need of an able ruler who could ensure peace and harmony amongst men. The first men to rule the earth were the Kunlung Kunlai kings, whose reign witnessed centuries of peace and prosperity. It soon came to pass that the sole surviving heir to this illustrious line of kings was a princess who was born blind. Convinced that his daughter was nothing more than a burden and a curse, the king ordered that she be put on a bamboo raft and sent adrift down the river Namkyu. The doomed princess prayed for death to release her from her predicament, but destiny willed otherwise. Pra knew the world would erupt in chaos if the Kunlun Kunlai dynasty came to an end, and therefore dispatched Langdon, the thunder god, down to earth to sow the seeds of a new dynasty. Langdon appeared in the form of a tiger, and after having rescued the princess, became intimate with her. As a result of her union with Langdon, the princess gave birth to 4 sons named Chao Sukhampa, Chao Sulungpa, Chao Sukapa, and Chao Sai. Having accomplished his mission, Langdon abandoned the princess and returned to his heavenly abode. Worthy sons of their father, the 4 lads grew up fearless and strong. When the princess felt the time had come, she instructed her sons to claim the throne that was rightfully theirs. The people had long given up their princess for dead, and they were therefore surprised when the 4 brothers presented themselves before their maternal grandfather, demanding their due share of inheritance. The repentant king received them with great warmth and gave to each one of them a special gift, along with an army of soldiers and settlers. To the eldest prince, Chao Sukampa, he gifted a Kong and bid him a fond farewell. Chao Sukampa and his men traversed through untrodden hills and valleys for days, till they reached a place where the Kong began to boom on its own. The prince turned his horse around to face his people and said, "This place is our home now. We shall call it Maung Kong." That was how the kingdom of Maung Kong, or the land of the Kong, came into existence. The second prince, Chao Sulungpa, was given a Nok Yang, which perched on his shoulder as he rode out with his men. A long march later, the Nok Yang flew off and alighted on the branches of a tree next to a serene lake. Chao Sulungpa built a beautiful palace near the lake and named the newfound kingdom Maung Yang after the bird. To the third prince, Chao Sukapa, the old king gave a mitt, which, when they came to a far-off land, flew out of its sheath and struck the ground. Chao Sukapa took that as an omen and established a new kingdom in that land, naming it Maung Mit after his mitt. The fourth prince, Chao Sai, founded Maung Kai out of the land that he had been given. Thus, the four half-tiger princes of the Kunlun Kunlai dynasty ruled for a long, long time, bringing glory to the name of their ancestors and saving the world from chaos. Following in the footsteps of their ancestors, the descendants of the princes still have their names prefixed with Su, which in Khamti means tiger. For a long time afterwards, if a tiger was reported dead in any Khamti village, it was quite common among the Khamtis to suspend all activities for a day to mourn their common ancestor. They also paid homage to the body of the tiger by offerings of flowers.
So that was Manoj Mayankar, senior broadcaster, with the Garbhya story. Now listen to Echoes of Nagaland, a captivating musical feature written and produced by K. Rutsa. Embark on a melodic journey through the vibrant landscapes of Nagaland, where echoes of ancient rhythms reverberate through the ages, narrated by the enchanting voices of Sri Meren and Imtinaro. This auditory odyssey promises to immerse you in the soul-stirring melodies and evocative tales that define the essence of Nagaland's culture and their heritage.
Nagaland lies in an The massive mountain ranges which run irregularly parallel to one another from north to the south, namely the Barail and the Patkai ranges, rising from approximately 2,000 feet to over 12,000 feet above sea level, form the beautiful and awe-inspiring landscape of hills studded with villages, slopes, narrow gorges, deep ravines, dense forests, and meandering stream. The inhabitants of Nagaland, together known as the Nagas, have their origin shrouded in mystery. Sharing borderlines with Myanmar in the east, Assam in its western and northern periphery, the Tirap and Manipur in the south, Nagaland's blue-hued mountains and emerald expanses comprise an intriguing world of ancient rituals and a proud people. Various opinions have been put forward regarding the origin of the Nagas, since their Mongoloid features and cultural traits testify to this fact. Nagas are basically simple, cheerful, honest, courteous, hospitable, happy and outgoing, apart from being industrious and hardworking.
By whatever name people have called this realm, hidden among the mountains of India's northeast, Nagaland has always evoked a sense of mysticism and awe, intensified by the remoteness of its geographical location. If Africa still preserves the first man with its Bushmen, and the Andaman Islands have virgin territories where no urban man has ever set foot, Nagaland preserves man's early animist culture through its awe-inspiring highlanders and their ancient traditions. From time immemorial, the Nagas have been preoccupied with agriculture. Proof of this can be seen from the number of festivals of various tribes which pertain to agriculture alone. Nagas did not have any written guides or imported knowledge for agricultural practices. Their knowledge and skills were obtained from experience and oral literature passed down from one generation to the other. The society being rural in character, the state has over 85% of the total population directly dependent on agriculture and live in 1,000 and odd villages situated on high hilltops or slopes overlooking verdant valleys humming with murmuring streams. Its vast expanses of paddy fields, fed by an elaborate indigenous irrigation system, are also a veritable feast for the eyes. In this blissful setting, Nagas enjoy the blessings of nature with a rare gusto, striking the onlookers with awe and admiration. Naga society is a well-knit and cohesive unit, living by ancient tenets that play an important role in contemporary life. Though animists by tradition, almost 98% of the total population has embraced Christianity today, owing to the influence of early American missionaries. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah,
hallelujah. This verdant homeland of the Nagas was formally inaugurated as the state of Nagaland in 1963. The 16th state of the Indian Union spread over an area of 16,527 square kilometers. Its population resides mainly in the rural area. The state capital, Kohima, located at a height of 1,495 meters, is a charming town, endearingly unspoiled, tranquil and immersed in history. The native Kohima village, said to be the second biggest village in Asia, boasts of one of the finest ceremonial gates, common to all Naga villages. The magnificent carvings of warriors and a symbol of prosperity, the Mithun, heighten the importance of the village gateway.
The Naga social life is dominated by the agrarian almanac. As such, pastoral activities in its celebratory aspects are observed by all tribes. The year is replete with festivals which they hold so dear. Spirits that roam the jungles and villages, the fertility of Mother Earth, social bonding among communities, purification and rejuvenation are the main elements that form the souls of the festivals of the Naga people. Each tribe that inhabits the land has got its own customs, and this translates into a festival. These festivals are regarded sacrosanct, and participation in the celebrations is mandatory. The various tribes celebrate their distinct seasonal festivals with a pageantry of color and exuberant tunes. The predominant theme of the festivals are offering of prayers to the Supreme Being, whereby the spirit of the gods are propitiated with sacrifices by the village shaman for a bountiful harvest, either before the sowing or on the eve of harvest. The Angami celebrate Sikreni in the month of February. It normally falls on the 25th day of the Angami month of Kezi. This 10-day festival was originally called Pusani. The rituals observed in this festival are done only by men. It is a time of purification or sanctification, a time to build up and strengthen bonds with neighboring villages. But best of all, it is a time of great feasting and merrymaking for the Angami natives.
Mokokchung is one of the great bastions of Ao Naga tradition. The prowess of the Ao warriors is reflected in gorgeous red and black shawls with a white band decorated with symbols of brave accomplishments that signify victory over their enemies. The Aos observe Muatse during the month of May. After the sowing is done and Mother Earth begins to show signs of fertility, it provides them a period of recreation after the strenuous job of clearing fields, burning jungles, sowing seeds, cleaning up the tsubu or the wells, and repairs or construction of houses by elders of the Putu Mandan. The Wokha region is home to the Lotha tribe. Hilltop villages studded with monoliths erected by rich ancestors depicting their high status surround it. Toku Imong is the harvest festival of the Lothas. With the harvest done and granaries full, the people now take a respite from their toil and settle down to enjoy the fruits of one's labor. Toku Imong is also a festival of thanksgiving, sharing and reconciliation. But the most beautiful aspect of this festival is that past rancors are forgiven, new ties are formed, and bonds of closer intimacy are formed.
Among the many festivals celebrated by the Chakasangs, Tsukenye is a spring festival welcoming a fruitful life and a good year. As the festival ends with the invocation of new blessings, all leisure activities will be left behind and villagers will concentrate only on the activities in the fields.
The Sumis live in homes strung along a cluster of hillocks in Zenoboto, the martial race among the Naga tribes. They are renowned for the dazzling war dances, folk songs, and magnificent ceremonial war attire. Tulini is a festival of great significance for the Sumis. This festival is marked with feasts as the occasion occurs in bountiful season. Drinking rice beer indispensably forms a part of the feast. Tulini is also called Ani, which means the season of plentiful crops.
For the Chang tribe from Tuensang, Kundang Lem and Nakniu Lem are the two most important festivals. Kundang Lem is observed in April and is carried out for 5 days. A daughter born during this month is named Kundang. Nakniu Lem is celebrated in July. On this occasion, the village homes and footpaths are decorated with the leaves of a herbal shrub called ngunam. This is done to ward off evil spirits. The children especially put the leaves in their earlobe so that the evil one will not harm them. A daughter born in this month is named Monyu.
Another tribe from Tuensang district, the fierce Kemungans, celebrate the festival of Tsokum during the first week of October. This is mainly observed to give thanks to the Almighty Deity for giving good crops and safeguarding lives in the family. The onset of this festival marks the beginning of harvest. It is also during this time that the warriors of the village are given the liberty to display their game trophies and carve notches on their weapons to signify the number of heads he has taken.
The Sangtams observe Among Mong as one of their most important festivals. The main theme of the festival is the worship of the god of the house and the placing of 3 new cooking stones in the fireplace. Among Mong, which means togetherness, is observed over a period of 6 days. The figure 6 bears great significance among the Sangtams. For example, when a warrior brings an enemy's head from war, he keeps himself undefiled and observes Gena for 6 days. A male baby is christened on the 6th day, and when a man dies, his family will mourn him for 6 days. The Yimchungru tribe celebrate Metemnu festival in August after the millet is harvested. As the festival has a strong agricultural base, all agricultural implements are sharpened and consecrated. During this time, special prayers for the departed souls are also offered.
The Konyak tribe of the Mon district, home of the blue beaded Angs, celebrate Auliang in April. It is observed after the sowing of new seeds and to welcome the new year, beginning with spring, when the flowers bloom in a riot of color. It is a time to ask God for a bountiful harvest, a time to renew old acquaintances, and of course, a time of feasting and merrymaking. Monyu, the most popular festival of the Poms, is celebrated in April. It marks the end of winter and the onset of summer. This spring festival is heralded with the beating of log drum. During this festival, the male members of the family show love and renew affection toward the married daughters or sisters by presenting them the purest of rice beer and specially prepared food. Such conduct reflects the esteemed status of Pom women.
The Rengmas celebrate 8 days of Ngada festival towards the end of November after the harvest is done. It is a festival of thanksgiving and rejoicing and marks the end of the agricultural year. On the 7th day, a grand feast is arranged and 3 important rites are performed. One is the peace agreement with fire in order to avoid fire accidents in the village. The second agreement is made with the rats so that they do not destroy crops. And the final rite is performed to expel evil spirits from the village. October is a month that is anxiously awaited by all Puchuris to celebrate Yemshe. It is a festival to welcome the new harvest and take a well-deserved break after a year's hard labor.
The Haga festival is celebrated by the Ziliangs in February. It is a festival invoking the Almighty to shower blessings upon His people with wealth, luck, and courage. The famous Ziliang Hornbill dance is performed during this festival by young unmarried girls and able men.
Indeed, the Emerald Mountains never cease to pass on the continual music of the festivities. Life here revolves around the sowing and harvesting cycle as much as it is with birth and death. This simple and seemingly mundane lifestyle, however, provides the muse to the music-loving Naga. The sight of his green, lush, terraced fields and golden paddy at the end of the year provoke him to enrich his pastoral lifestyle by giving lyrical expression through ballads and poems in praise of nature's bounty. Music is an integral part of the Nagas. Ancient Naga songs that formed the souls of the traditional festivals have been handed down across the generations, and even today, every Naga takes pride in singing and talking about their melodies. Tunes are abundant and tales galore, and so it is that to a Naga, life is one long festival.
So friends, with that we come to the end of this edition of Northeast Diary. Do join us next week to hear more stories from this enchanting part of India. Until then, goodbye.
This program was presented and produced by Vinita Thakur with assistance from Kumar Gaurav. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of Akashvani.